Hi, Larika. I'm going to give you some feedback on your student portfolio. I really appreciate the level of detail that you've put into this in terms of, and on that alone, that is an A+ assessment of your work. But you've given yourself an A-. That's okay. But the way you've done this, it's ideal. It's actually just what I was looking for, and you've given a lot of detail on this, so I appreciate that. You've given this your prompt and your Gen AI activity. You've given a lot of detail here, some ideas about what you learned and the value of an activity. My only suggestion here would be to include your actual interaction with the prompt because it may have sort of summarized what you did. And if you actually put the chat in here, so copy and paste to the chat and then have into a Google Doc and then have a link to the Google Doc, I can see the level of detail in terms of your reflection. It's a little hard to see here. So I'm sure you looked at it, but I really don't know what you thought of necessarily a mapping and interesting about you had some troubles with the join, so that's good. Not good that you had troubles, but that you're interacting with it. But it'd be good for you to assess each of those. I'd be curious of what you thought about each of the qualities of Notebook, or at least each of the outputs. I put 60 minutes for your personal project. I actually don't have a link to your project, so that's a problem, and that would probably it's kind of incomplete-ish, so you're sort of like that B+ A- level because here I don't know. You're developing a one-page cheat sheet to aid educators designing accessible content. You might expand that. I know I put one page. It may be uh, helping if it's such an important area, you may want to expand on this, and therefore this project could be richer. I don't see a clear, a full description of it, the kinds of and how you might want to organize it, and I don't see a title, and I don't see a plan, and that could be in a document that you link here. So those would be suggestions for improvement. Your weekly reflections are fine. You could just tighten this. Oops, tighten this up so that it's just easier for me to follow. Um, I do this because I am evaluating over 100 of these, and so a little easier to follow. But you've given a good description there. The resource is perfect. You've got a linked resource here, and then you provided a very good description. So you're definitely I see lots of potential here to be a quality with maybe a little more detail in your reflection, a link to your project, and a link to your chats be in the AA+ category. So very well done, and hope these suggestions help.